with startup and troubleshooting. I'm also ACE certified by Schneider on motor control, sensors, and that type of automation equipment. And what we're doing is some operational and maintenance training here. And we're not going to go into detail and theory on how drives work, how soft starts work. We're basically going to go through your system, show you how to read your volts and your amps, start and stop pump motors, and that consists of the training. And Jason, you can introduce yourself.
I'm Jason Stecker with Hydro Controls. We did the programming and electrical here. So as questions arise, we go through, show start stop on HMI. I think there was already had training on all that, correct? So if there's any questions or anything you had thought of after the training, we'll answer it for you.
Okay, the first thing we want to address in this training is safety. There are AC and DC circuits in this equipment that's over 48 volts. Over 48 volts is not touch safe, it will kill you. Also, some of the DC circuits in the drives are near 700 volts, and they have capacitors in there so they can stay charged up to 15 minutes. If there's nothing to discharge that capacitor, it could stay at 700 volts for a very long time, so keep your hands out of the equipment unless you're properly trained and qualified. You can go ahead and read B through C. I keep talking about the hazards and how the equipment can kill you, so if you're not trained and certified, stay out of the enclosures. I guess we move inside.
Yeah, I don't have any information on that.
I'm Jim Walker with Hydro Controls. Your transfer switch is what's looking at your two voltages. Your utility, which is your power coming in from utility, and your generator power. If you lose your utility service, it's going to recognize it and it's going to swap, and it's going to turn on your generator. It's going to call for your generator to come up and run. It also signals over to your SCADA system telling you that you've lost your utility service. So it's not what you consider a real smart unit, but smart enough that it'll signal your generator and your SCADA system what's going on. Once it sees that your utility service is back in service, it's going to sit there and wait a little while to say, hey, I want to make sure you're not having spikes and stuff coming in and out where it's steady, and then it'll transfer again for you. And I don't know if they set it up to, did they set this up to test that generator? What was wrong? Okay, so if you guys are out here and that thing starts up all of a sudden, it might not be because of loss of utility service.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't once a week.
Once a week, so you just keep aware of that. Because if you're not thinking about that, you're like, oh crap, we got a problem, but it might not be the case. So, and then a generator with the generator guys, they came in here and they've done all testing, as far as I know, and it's working. But short and sweet, that's about what it is. This is what's giving power to the rest of your system. Your utility service and your generator service come through here before it gets through there. And again, you know, if you have any problems with it, call your service people, your electrician, come here and they take a look at it. Of course, there's a warranty, you know, time frame on this. If something goes bad, please give us a call and we'll get after it.
Okay, so your power comes in, and it's best to just look at it from left to right. So your incoming power is coming into your MCC here, and this is a power meter. You can go through this power meter and just push buttons. So if I want to take a look at my voltages on my three phases, it says volts right here, and I push that button. And if I want to come back and I want to take a look at my amps, there's your amps for the three phases. Don't be afraid, you can't break it. Push through those buttons and select what you want.
It's just a gauge, not a control.
Right. So it's just a gauge, not a control, it's just a gauge. So then the next thing we have is disconnect switches to your different devices, part of the lockout tagout program. I'm not sure, this one's for the third protection device, right? The main circuit breaker. Question? No. You probably have to help me through these, Jason. Yep.
So is that a limited voltage PCL?
Yes, TVSF. And it'll also show you the number of strikes. It's at 21, that's where I was about a month ago. When I was here doing the startup, it was about 21, so that's how many hits will go through.
Yep. The first one there, the TR001 for your transformer here. They go through the different, this is for VFD1, which is over there, VFD2 over there. Spare is the next one.
You have a panel out in the see, that's the AC unit. Well, they often have it on. Again, don't shut it off unless you know where it's sitting. But you have the other two software. Yeah.
And these are your soft starts. So you've got your disconnect and your lockout tagout mechanism. This will tell you what the status of the soft start is. So this one's ready for run. It's waiting for a run contact. If it's faulty, you have to reset. It'll tell you if the pump's running. And this is your pressure switch low. How many hours so you look at balance for your cycle on your pumps. Same thing here, status on this one. No need to touch these, they're already set up, programmed to the engineered specs, and the soft start starts the motor, so there's really nothing to be adjusted here. Okay, questions? So then we come over to the variable frequency drive. Once again, you have your disconnect, your lockout, tag out. There's a graphic HMI on the front of this thing. And right now they're set to read, it'll either say ready, or if they're not running, it'll show you, or if it is running, it'll show you at what frequency, how fast the motor's turning. Again, you got your run hours. This is the pump is running. This is your pressure switch. Pressure switch low. Just reset the control circuit. Really nothing to be changed in here. It's all been programmed to the engineering specs. There are some things that can be done in here if you find that somebody starts messing with it. You can set passwords to keep people from playing with your drives. You call hydro controls for having that set. Because what you don't want to do is void the warranty and pay a lot of money to come back out.
One thing I want to elaborate on the power meter, since your last training on HMI, there has been some of that power meter information has been added to the HMI on the RTU cabinet also. I know it's kind of hard for everyone to get over here. But if you come under the utility button, and you come into power, it'll also show you everything that's up there in that power meter. So it shows you your current amps in all three phases, your voltage, how many kVA we're using, power factor, so that's just another interface for the power meter.
And it's probably a lot easier to read over there.
Yeah, 6 feet off the ground, unless you're laying. So, I just want to make you aware of that.
Is that gonna be tied into the SCADA system?
It can be, yes.
Questions? Guess we move outside and take a look at the handoff auto operation.
Good, we're okay to run. When it's cold out, it will stop the motor. When in remote, the start and stop buttons, they don't do anything. It's all controlled by the PLC control inside the building, running off of pressure and flow. Off is what you think it is, turn off, and they won't run. In local, select the local, you can hit the start button and it'll start the motor up. You hit stop and it'll stop the motor. You have a small potentiometer here that controls the speed of the pump from 0 to 100%. Well, in local, it does, it will not pay attention to the output pressure or flow. We're running in a manual control, so you need to be aware of what's going on. If you're running more than one pump, you could potentially hurt something in the system.
But you
It will have active is there is a high pressure cutoff. So for each individual pump. So that's about it here. It's pretty straightforward. You guys can handle it. Dave, anything to add?
The truth of the matter is the soft starts work the same way. You just don't have the potentiometer for speed control. So on is on.
You'll ramp it up to full speed. Hit start, you'll bring the motor on, ramp up to full speed until it gets stopped.
Questions?
Gonna be all for leaf valve or leaking water through.
For relief valves or leaking water,
Yeah, that would be a fix.